Hello.
Welcome
To Mystical Awakenings.
So we assume you're awakened since you're watching us, but we're talking about the other awakening, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so I was just so excited to give some really something nourishing to the soul, the mind, and the body. And I have two topics, and I'm so undecided. So I'm gonna let you choose one, and then you go with that and see how it goes. So I was thinking if we talk about either about a spirituality today, or if we talk about this so famous coin term, comfort zone.
Let's go for spirituality.
Really? Oh,
I don't know. Maybe that's bigger than the comfort zone. Maybe that's because it's out of my comfort zone.
exactly.
Right.
That's what I. Well, I didn't want to put you on the spot.
Oh, this
well,
is just how it's for me. Okay.
yeah. So, what is the spirituality for you, Christina?
Wow. Well, you know what? I'm gonna go back to when I was a child.
Wow.
And I had no.
That's like no time because we know that time is an illusion.
True. Okay. Well, we'll pretend. So, when I was a little girl, I used to observe life like in a broad sense. I would always be looking at the stars and the sky and nature and people as if I was trying to understand this place. I just, I'm an observer and I still am an observer. I observe myself and I observe others. And so I didn't understand for the longest time why I did that. I had a lot of experiences when I was a little girl, if you want to call them mystical experiences, either with the spirit realm or the maybe fairies or angels.
So, mystical, would you say that the word mystical applies to anything that is out of the ordinary?
Well, that's a
one
matter.
way of
It's one way
defining.
of putting it, and that's a matter of perspective, I suppose, or perception, because really nothing is out of ordinary. It just may be because we are not used to that.
Exactly.
Right. So, but when we're little, actually, it isn't because your children actually, to them, it's kind of normal.
The magical world is normal. So
Exactly.
it mystical is no mystical for them.
Exactly.
Like that. So many insights.
Right. And in that sense, I'm getting goosebumps. Okay.
I'm gonna start bringing my ruler here to start
Holy
like measuring all your goosebumps until you become one unified goosebump. Oh, sister.
It just means we're in the flow. You know what I mean? So this was my experience for most of my life. And I was a little bit of a loner in that way because I think I was more observing life. And of course, when I got older and I started to explore more, it had a name, spirituality. You see? And in that, I started to explore through whatever avenue was put in front of me, like moving to a new place, reading a new book, reading something. One of my first books, I think, was Conversations with God, and then working with your chakras. And then I started to meet teachers and I started to meet people. It's like as soon as you sort of put that intention out there on some level, you started to connect. And in that way is where I started to learn more about spirituality, which is beyond the physical, encompasses everything. And that's where.
Wow, how rich is that? So, what I hear you saying is that ever since you have memory, you have been observing the self through the world. And now you, with your higher awareness, every experience serves you to discover yourself, which is a spirituality.
Yes, and I have to say that really has only been my only focus, my only driving force. It's my driving force.
It's your inspiration and passion.
It is. It is. My
That's why we're here
inspiration.
together, because we share that. Definitely. Ooh. And like you started talking, and I wasn't even, well, as you know, I have no head, no idea. I just had those two ideas loose, but I have forgotten that I did that. Like my mother would, because I was such an introvert, and who would have thought? Who would have thought? Now you have to pay me to be quiet. So anyway, she would do these exercises for me, like talk to strangers. So she would send me to the variety store to buy bread
Mm-hmm.
So I could talk to stranger, but it would literally, like, something was like across the street. It would take me like 20 minutes because I remember I will be like mesmerized by the sky, looking up, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, where does this end? What's behind all that?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder. Wow, it was just like this
Mm-hmm.
sense of, anytime I look up to the sky, I had this sense of feeling my heart completely, like, well, now that I'm feeling that, it was like a bliss. I would enter into a bliss.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, I would get to the bakery or the store, and I would just stand at the door, and then the baker would ask me, "Can would you like this bread or that?" And I would just point,
Mm-hmm.
give him the money, and like run for my life. But it's been like an incredible journey, because all of this that we are remembering, all we need to do is remember. There's nothing pretty much new. We knew, like in other episodes, I'll share more about how my journey started. Like, that's one
Mm-hmm.
of the things. And then many extraordinary, mystical, magical experiences, whatever you want to call it, that were bringing me back home to my essence, that I knew there was more than what my eyes could see, that what people were talking about. I knew that there was not only one life. I was always so passionate about reincarnation since I'm 2 years old. So it goes to prove that nobody came to tell me, nobody came to tell you anything. And it's so incredible how we have found our way home, which is another way to describe spirituality, is coming home to ourselves. And when
Mm-hmm.
we're home to ourselves, it's like nothing else matters. You are home. You know how you feel after a long journey, and then you sit on your couch, you put your feet up. I'm home, thank God. I don't want to leave this place. It's so comfortable. And then we'll
Mm-hmm.
talk about the comfort zone another time.
Okay.
But thank you for sharing that. That was like very insightful. So, spirituality in a nutshell, I could, as I already spoke for you, and for me, is that discovery of the self through every encounter with, whether it's a stranger, whether it's a friend, whether it's a
All of existence.
all of existence, with a flower. I awaken things within myself every moment that I live with awareness. So
Mm-hmm.
spirituality is not happening outside myself. Spirituality is happening within
Reflecting outwardly.
and inwardly.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So we leave you with those gems in your heart, and you may find more insights. And let us know if you are liking what you're hearing, or any suggestions or comments. And we hold you in our hearts. Thank you for listening.
And please subscribe to our channel.
Thank
Much
you.
love and blessings, love, praise, and gratitude.